Welcome back to my channel, The Business of Nails, Jewels, Nails by Gal, Jewels, and all the other things. And today in this video, we are going to get these nails right. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take off the tips. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking off that little tip at the top, you know, that you really just don't want. As you can see, I'm taking off this tip also, and I'm going to take off all the tips. Now, one thing I realized with these nails, before you put the gel polish on, you have to take off the tips and you have to buff them slightly. Now, before, I used to go ahead and I used to just file them down, but now I realize using a buffer is a better option. So, moving forward, I just use my nail file just to shape the nails, right? But I use my buffer to get them that, you know, that etch look, you know, so I could go ahead and put the gel polish on. Now, once I'm done with that, I'm going to be buffing away. It's called the McCart Transfer Foil Gel. Now that thing works wonders. So this is like one of the best things. So I have went ahead and I have put it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And while I'm doing that, I whipped out the foils and I'm trying to figure out which one of these beautiful things I want to put on today. So as I said before, I was in the mood for some blue. So I'm actually looking for something that is blue. Now, here it is. Looks good. Let me unroll it so you can see. So it has some flowers on here. It has some brown leaves. And it has a lot of transparency, which is something I was looking for because I wanted something that just has some kind of negative space feeling to it. I didn't want to just go ahead and just do a whole gel polish look. So as you can see, what I'm attempting to do right now, I'm just gonna cut little pieces of it. I'm probably gonna cut just like 5 pieces just to make sure I have enough. Once I have done that, I am going to transfer these foils to those nails, right? So as you can see how I'm holding the foil in a vertical position and I'm just pressing it down. I don't have any fancy tool to transfer the foil. And I don't really think I need one because the McCart product is so good that all you need to do is just put in the LED lights. And once it comes out after the 60 seconds, then it's tacky and it will transfer anything. So right now it's very tacky. And I'm just placing the nail foil on there. And you can feel how tight that feels. Like you could definitely feel the tightness from this. So once I press it down, all I have to do is just remove the nail foil once I'm done, and voila, that's a design, completed design. Like this is so easy. Anybody can do this. Now, right here, obviously I had a little struggle, but that was not because of the product. Let's get back into these foils. Now, as you can see, I'm just going through, I'm placing it down and removing it. So this one did not transfer so well. I don't know, maybe I needed to have it maybe warm. I realized that when it comes out of the LED lamp and you try to transfer it right away, it works better than if you wait. So it might have to do with maybe the heat. Maybe if you do it right away when it get out the lamp, you'll have a better transfer than if you wait. So the best way I think you could probably do this is do it individually, you know, finger by finger, and you might have a better transfer at the foils. But right now everything looks okay. I mean, at some point I felt like I was a little struggling, you know, but it was all right. It's nothing hard, like I said, and the product is good. Now, this is not a paid sponsorship video from my card. The product is good, so I'm just talking about it in the tutorial. All right, so enough of the product now. So once you transfer the foil, you see how it's looking so far? It is looking good, nice and classy. And as you can see, I'm having a lot of negative space. I'm having a lot of translucent look, and that's the look I was going for. I didn't want to do too much. I didn't want to stay forever on these nails as far as designing them. And I just thought the nail foils was the perfect choice. As you can see, I'm down to the last one, and I did 5 fingers of these. And I am gonna just go ahead and place some rhinestones on these, because I'm just looking at them and they just look like they need something. But I'm just thinking in my mind, like, I don't want to put too much. I don't want to have too much going on. So at this point, I'm thinking just a few rhinestones. Few. When I say a few, I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2. All right, so 1 or 2, I think that will jazz it up, and that will kind of elevate it and bring it up a little notch. So it looks pretty decent. So as you can see, I went ahead and I got my little jewelry box, and I'm going to take out some of these rhinestones out of here. So since we were working with the blue, I think I'm just going to go ahead and get some blue rhinestones from this box. I haven't used it in a while, but sometimes you want a little different color to the nail. You don't always want an AB color. Sometimes you want something different. So that's why I keep this box around. So now at this moment, I do want something different, and I need some blue rhinestones. So it did come in handy. I am not trying to put too much rhinestones on here. I'm not trying to kill the design, because sometimes you can put rhinestones and you can kill the designs because it's just too extra. It's just too pretty, and it's just too overwhelming. So sometimes less is more, depending on the look that you are going for. All right, as a nail tech, sometimes you have to wing it. You have to wing between wanting the design to look extraordinarily fancy and good, and wanting the design to look normal and wearable. So right now I want it to look normal, wearable, but still a little fancy. So like I said, I decided not to put too much bling on it, just keep it really minimal. And that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just keeping the rhinestone minimal. So as you can see, I'm just putting on about 1 or 2 rhinestones, maybe 2 rhinestones on each hand. And once I complete that, I'll take a look at it and see if I'm feeling like throwing anything else on it. Because sometimes when you're doing nails, the nail is finished, it's complete, but because you're a nail tech and sometimes our minds get so creative, we might add extra additional stuff on here that we really don't need, and we don't want to take it too far. So right now I'm just going to leave this as it is. I'm probably going to just put some glue drying spray on here just to make sure those rhinestones are in place. So other than that, I'm just going to put my gel top coat on there, and then we are going to be done. Now this is the finished product. It's looking good. It has that look I was going for. You can see through the nails, but you can still see the design. It doesn't have too much bling, just 1 or 2 stones. And I was very satisfied, and I was happy with this. I actually like the length, and I just think that everything looks nice.